There's a point in everyone's journey where they start asking themselves, do I really have to keep working this hard to make money? You wake up early, chase the same numbers, try to prove your worth through effort, but deep down, you already know that your energy, not your hours. Yo, what's doing the heavy lifting? The truth is that abundance doesn't respond to exhaustion. It responds to alignment. The universe doesn't need your sweat to deliver. It needs your signal. You've been taught that money comes from effort, from being in the right place with the right people, saying the right words. But that belief was built from observing other people's results, not your own vibration.
At the source code, not the side effect.
When you start seeing yourself as the algorithm that life learns from, everything begins to shift. Just like your TikTok feed studies what you stop to watch, your life studies what you emotionally engage with. When you fixate on how you're feeding the algorithm confusion, when you fixate on why you're feeding it direction, it's the difference between chasing and receiving. You don't attract through labor, you attract through clarity. Every thought, every feeling, every word you speak is a line of code in your reality feed. If you spend your days telling the story of like how it's not fair, how it's not enough, how it's taking too long, your algorithm starts serving you more lack. It thinks that's your preference. Not because the universe is cruel, but because it's responsive. It mirrors you in real time. You could say the universe is the most accurate reflection engine in existence. It never argues, it never debates, just says, here's more of that. That's why money often feels like it's running away from people who are chasing it. The more you chase, the more the algorithm assumes you prefer pursuit over possession. So it keeps you busy. It gives you almosts and nearlies, because your vibration is set to effort, not ease. You think you're signaling abundance, but you're actually broadcasting struggle. You don't need to do more. You need to retune your feed. You might say, but I have bills to pay. I can't just sit here. Of course not. But here's the secret: physical action only becomes effective when it's aligned with energetic clarity. Working without alignment is like uploading a video with no caption, no tags, and wondering why no one sees it. Aligned action, however, is when the idea hits, the timing clicks, and the doors open on their own. You don't have to chase opportunity, you magnetize it. You can tell when you're aligned because things feel natural. Conversations flow. Money shows up unexpectedly. The path ahead unfolds without resistance. You're not forcing outcomes, you're following frequency. That's why Abraham always says you don't make things happen, you allow them. Allowing isn't passive, it's powerful. It's the act of not fighting your own current. Think about it this way. When you scroll through TikTok and suddenly your feed starts showing you videos that inspire, calm, and energize you, it's because you've finally trained the algorithm with consistent focus. You didn't beg the app to show you what you love, you trained it by attention. Now that's exactly how your life works. The more you give your attention to what lights you up, the more the universe mirrors that light. You're not here to work yourself to death. You're here to refine your frequency until money becomes a side effect of your alignment. The old model said, earn it. The new model says, become it. When you vibrate at the frequency of someone who already has what they desire, you step into a timeline where it already exists. You stop chasing and start matching. You don't manifest money by needing it. You manifest money by normalizing it. When you think of money as air, something that flows, circulates, and returns, you stop grasping for it. You relax into it. That's when flow begins. Every person who's ever created wealth in alignment knows this. You don't get rich through pressure. You get rich through permission. The most magnetic state you can ever hold is ease. Ease is not laziness. It's mastery. It's knowing that when you are tuned in, the universe does the heavy lifting. Your only real job is to stay connected to the feeling of, I'm safe, I'm guided, I'm abundant. From that space, ideas come, people appear, solutions align, the bank account follows. Every inspired action comes from emotional clarity. Every burnout cycle comes from emotional contradiction. You can't attract wealth from a mindset that resents work or fears bills. That's like scrolling your feed with anger and expecting peace to appear. The vibration you send out is always the content you get back. If your inner world says, I'm exhausted, your outer world will match it with experiences that drain you further. So start small. Don't try to manifest millions from frustration. Tune your vibration first. Appreciate something right now. Comfortable chair, the roof over your head, the fact that you're still breathing. Gratitude shifts you out of lack faster than any spreadsheet. It recalibrates your feed to receive. The more you stabilize that vibration, the more the universe starts pushing new opportunities your way. You won't have to look for them. They'll start trending in your life. And when they show up, you'll notice that you're not working harder, you're just working from joy. You'll make one call, one post, one move, and everything flows because you're in the current of who you truly are. The job didn't give you abundance. Your alignment did. The effort didn't bring the money. The energy did. People think the universe rewards hustle. It doesn't. It rewards harmony. You were never meant to grind yourself into alignment. You were meant to glide there. The moment you release the belief that money must be earned through struggle, you make room for inspired income ideas, collaborations, or creations that feel so aligned they hardly feel like work. When you see someone thriving without effort, don't assume they're lucky. They're just tuned. They've taught their personal algorithm what they love and trusted it enough to deliver. And every time they celebrate a small win, that frequency multiplies. Joy is the best SEO for your life. It pushes your energy to the top of the universal feed. If you really want to know how to manifest without a job, stop treating work as your source. The job was never the provider, it was the middleman. You are the signal. The job was simply the way abundance matched your old vibration. As you raise it, the universe updates the format. That could mean money from new channels, digital products, random deposits, or unexpected gifts. Once you stop identifying as the worker and start identifying as the receiver, your experience refreshes. You don't need to prove your worth through effort. You were worthy the moment you arrived here. The flow of abundance has never been about earning. It's about remembering. The universe doesn't keep score, it keeps frequency. You could have been broke yesterday and still become magnetic today. Because alignment doesn't check your past, it checks your signal now. You're not late, you're not behind, you're simply tuning. And when the frequency clicks, it all floods in at once. That's why it always feels sudden. It's not sudden. It's the buildup of every moment you finally stop doubting yourself. So the next time you feel stuck, instead of asking, what should I do? Ask, what am I broadcasting? Instead of grinding harder, breathe deeper. Instead of chasing more, notice what already feels abundant. Because the energy of appreciation is the same energy that money listens to. You were never meant to hustle your way into abundance. You were meant to relax your way into remembrance. Money was always yours. It was just waiting for you to stop searching and start aligning. The more you soften, the louder the signal gets. The more you trust, the faster it comes. You don't have to chase wealth. You just have to stop tuning into poverty. The universe has never required your labor. It has always responded to your love. You're not working for abundance. You're working with it. The only real job you ever had was to stay connected to that truth. And when you finally do, money becomes effortless. Flow becomes normal. And you realize what Abraham meant all along. Action is just the evidence of alignment, not the cause of it. So take your power back. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to fight for every dollar. Tune in, breathe out, and let your life learn from your frequency. Because when you align with abundance, no job is required. Full video. Tune into abundance like you tune your TikTok feed at Found Teachings.